All right. Well, hi, everyone. This is the PPA Tour. Hannah Johns here with Lea Jansen, the one and only. Lea, the biggest news is your singles comeback. It's a rumor. Can it be confirmed?
Yeah. I wouldn't call it a comeback, but I didn't know when I stopped playing about this finals event. And obviously, I feel like, I've been grinding away all year. I'm in the top 8. I'm going to be there anyway. Might as well just play this one out since I qualified.
That's right. Yeah, the qualification was something that a lot of the pros found out as we defined what that was going to be, and it's a huge amount of ranking points, a lot of money on the line as well. So it makes sense that would be something you'd be interested in. So that will be your first singles tournament, let's say, back the PPA finals.
Yeah.
All right. And have you continued to follow the women's singles game while taking time off from it?
Yeah, I would be lying if I said I didn't tune in while I was just hanging out on Thursday. And I would be lying if I said like at the first tournament, at the first tournament, Anna Lee lost that. So that one was hard to watch. But after that, I enjoyed it. But really the last couple times I've been watching, I would be lying if I said it was hard not to play.
Yeah, for sure. You were such a top player, and you were in almost every final towards the beginning of the year. And so, to sit back and watch everyone else take those crowns it has to not be easy. So coming back now for the finals, assuming you do well, can we expect to see you in more singles tournaments? Or is this a one-off?
I don't want to put it one way or not. I'm trying not to build it up because, to be honest, when I quit, I said I was never going to miss it. I'm so happy to be done. Yeah. But then I don't know, it always seems like the grass is always greener because then you do miss it, and you do miss, I've been training for it recently and I've been having so much fun training for it. So it's almost like getting back with that old boyfriend where it's, oh, now I remember this was fun, before it got bad. So, I don't know. If I go in to play extremely well at the finals event, it's going to be really hard not to start again at the beginning of the year. So I don't know. I don't like to say one way or another anymore.
Absolutely. I think that's smart, but yeah, if you're successful there, it's going to be hard to not want to feel that feeling again, for sure. So as far as training, obviously you've taken some time off, but it sounds like you've still been training. How long have you been training for singles?
I just started 2 weeks ago after I confirmed with Dave in Vegas that I was going to play that finals event. I came back after Vegas and just started playing some singles games. And then the first one I was kind of rusty, and then you start hitting more and you start getting more into a groove of it. And I was a little bit different in the fact that I quit at where I really felt like I was playing the best of my career. So it's kind of like riding a bike again. And so I'm it was by far and away my best event. So it's just kind of damn, I was pretty good at this.
Yeah, you were. Well, looking back, it can't be easy. But on the other hand, I know how much frustration that singles brought you, as opposed to, I know you said you have more fun playing doubles, mixed doubles. Are you worried that going back to that frustration mentally is going to be rough?
Yeah, maybe. The finals event, like I said, I don't know which way or another I'm going for it. My partners who I'm playing with next year, I'm super excited about. So maybe we all get started on a hot streak and I won't need to go back. But so the finals event, I think, is just going to be more so fun. I don't think I'm going to have any pressure there. I'm just going to go and play.
Oh, that's great. And so a large reason why you decided to quit singles was health, type 1 diabetic, and that your doctors were telling you this isn't good for you. This is too much for your body. Have you seen changes in how your body feels since quitting singles?
Yeah. And I think that's why it's hard for me not to start again. I'm feeling so much better, so much healthier. My energy is so much better. I feel like, I'm not coming home from tournaments just about to pass out and die and spending days in bed. So that part has been so nice. But, you know, if there were a comeback, I know my doctors would say absolutely not every single one. You need to watch your schedule with it. So if there is a comeback, it's only going to be like 6 or 7.
Gotcha. Well, got to listen to the doctors as much as we love having you out there. Speaking of which, big moves, you're living in Austin, but you're from Michigan. No, you lived in Michigan.
Originally.
You went to school in Michigan.
Yeah, I lived there. That's where I started playing pickleball. Yeah.
So you spent the summer in Grand Rapids, Michigan, but you're coming back to Austin now for the winter. Is that right?
Yeah. And probably just tournamentally, I love Grand Rapids and I love like everything personally about it there. But the pickleball is like, I mean, you cannot beat, you know, the other day I played a women's game with Lauren Stratman, Lena, Megan Fudge, and Vivian David, and you really just can't beat stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah. So the training here in Austin will look pretty high level then.
Oh, yeah. I've been playing, I was playing a lot of 2-on-1 during the summer, just trying to get reps and stuff like that. So, I mean, now especially with these contracts and how serious everyone's taking and investing, you have to be in a hotbed to stay relevant.
And so I know that you've had a chance to hop around recently in terms of partners. I know you played one with Anna Bright, you played one with Lacey Schneeman. Nothing's stuck long-term. Is that because you prefer to mix things up, or you just haven't found the perfect fit in a partner yet?
Yeah, Lisa and I had great consistency, and I think it was because like we really played as a team. We knew our roles, and it was great. But then I made the mistake of thinking that you could be a lot more dynamic with a lot of different players, and you can meddle with a lot of different players. And it was great because I learned you can only play with one player, but it was also great because I found my future partner in Tyra, which I wouldn't have known to commit to had we not played that tournament together. And so now I'm really looking forward to playing all of 2024 with Tyra. And I think that we can be a great team. I know we're going to practice together before the year starts and kind of start defining our roles. And I think that's really how you get podium consistency. We saw it with Riley and Matt during their breakup. I don't think either of them have gotten worse. They just don't have that consistency and really know the person next to them.
Absolutely. Oh, that's so true. And I love that partnership. I didn't know that you're going to be playing with Tyra all next year, but that I can see the games fitting together really well. How do you think the roles are going to sort of shuffle out, being as you are a really aggressive player and she's still figuring her role out?
Well, I mean, I hope we can figure it out. Actually, my thought is Tyra's really best. To me, she's like the female JW. Great hands, but she does not speed up a lot. So, but she also never really misses the ball. She's very consistent, and when the ball's up, she will put it away. So to me, she's the equivalent of literally JW Johnson. I just think
pretty good.
Before we even start, she's going to be a completely different player. So I just think it's about getting on court with each other. And really, I'm going to mold to whatever I need to be with her. So whatever kind of works. What's been great about playing with multiple different partners. I can be versatile. So we're just going to kind of mold together. But I think we're definitely going to be aggressive because she has such great hands. We're going to want to get into some great hands battle.
Yeah, you've had awesome results in the past with Catherine and with Elise, and I would venture to say that both of them have incredible defense, and it really seems like your game meshes really well with a highly defensive female, where you feel free to speed up and get aggressive because you know they've got your back on the other side of the court.
Yeah, for sure. So it will be exciting.
Well, women's doubles sounds exciting for you. What about mixed? Do you have a set partner for next year?
Yeah, so I'm going to actually play some with Hayden Patrickman, and I'm super excited about that. I think
the youngster, let's go.
I think unless you're playing with James, Riley, JW, or Ben, you're really not going to consistently get on that podium. So I was really looking for an upside guy who I feel like can make that next jump, and I think Hayden Patrickman will definitely make that next jump. I don't know how many Hayden and I are going to play. So like we committed to like some. So then I also reached out to Gabe Tardio and we're going to play some too, like just depending on Hayden's and I's schedule. And I know Gabe is committed to a few other people too. So I just went for like that next, really who I feel like the next big jump is going to make.
That's smart. Yeah, for sure. We saw some pretty brilliant stuff at times this year out of both of those players, Hayden and Gabe. So they've got a really high ceiling. I would venture to say that's pretty smart. In terms of the PPA finals, you're actually almost qualifying for mixed right now. I think you lack 25 points to qualify. So your mixed partner in Daytona at the Hertz Gold Cup is really going to matter. Who are you playing with there?
Federico. So Federico and I had the end of the year together. So Fed and I are going to have to bring it. I'm going to tell Fed, I don't know where he's at on this ranking list, but I'm going to tell Fed I need it. Like that one matters to me the most to qualify for, because I just really want to qualify and be a top 8 mixed player. Like it's definitely the event that I've been working the hardest at.
Awesome. Yeah, that would be a great culmination for the year. So I hope you make it there. I'm not sure who you bump by going up to that spot, so I don't want to say I hope, but yeah. Good luck. All right. Well, historically, you have been known to give your opinion on everything very freely, much more freely than many of the other pros on tour. And that's something we love about you. And it's really become a part of your brand. Do you see it as branding, or is it really just your personality? And that's essentially just how you stay authentic out there.
I mean, it's anyone who's ever known me will just say that's Lea, you know? So, and then it's just kind of become my brand because I just unapologetically kind of went full force this year. So it's both, but you know, I think having a brand, you have to be authentic, and it's definitely me.
Absolutely. Being genuine goes a long way, you know, and then you get this whole demographic of love and hate. And honestly, I'd rather know that people like me or don't like me than sit somewhere in the middle and be like, she's okay. She's kind of boring. No one wants that.
Yeah, exactly. You know, I've even had a few of my haters reach out and just be like, you know, I'm still not a fan of you, but I do miss you out on the singles court. I'm like, that's a win, you know? I've had a few of those messages. Like, I still don't like you, but I do miss rooting against you.
That's right. We need all the characters. And I know we've been missing that Lea Jansen fire on the singles court for sure. So it'll be fun to run it back during the finals. Obviously, this year has been all about the tours, right? Some serious hullabaloo over the PPA, MLP situation, the merger, the demerger, and then finally the remerger. What is your take on the whole thing?
I mean, it's great for the players, and I'm ready to, like, at this point, I'm ready to move forward. I would like, let's all be a team. Let's be for pickleball, and let's grow this thing. Let's do it. Like, you know, let's put our money where our mouths are essentially right now. And let's see how big this can go. I'm so over it. I'm just ready to move forward now.
I love it. Let's get to work. Let's play pickleball.
Right?
All right. Well, annual changes to USAP's rules coming up 2024. What should the rule changes be or should not be?
Well, I think there should be a rule in there that like only paddle tap at the end. Like, I mean, that's like so far gone now. Geez, this is a good one. I don't know. I think we should go to a drop serve. Like everyone's flirting with the line now. The serve is becoming so big, so huge. You can now name, like before you could only really name me and Tyson that were flirting with the serve. Now you can name like 10 to 12 that can do it. So I think we should go to a drop serve. And I think we should look into changing the ball with all the paddle technology and just all this paddle talk, this, that, and the other thing. Like, you know, it's hard to regulate. So everybody go use what they want to use, get some eyewear, and let's change the ball so it's not as dangerous out there. I'm like so over the paddle stuff as I am over the merger.
I know we've talked that one 7 ways from Sunday as well. The paddle stuff never seems to end. And then I hear the pros talking about how it's never going to go away because people's creativeness will always just roll along forward with the rule changes. So you're just always playing catch up the whole time. And I'm like, oh God, does this mean we're never going to stop talking about the paddles?
No, I mean, we're always, we're always going to be looking for advantages. More and more money is coming in. People are going to keep pushing the boundaries. And, it's not wrong. It's not wrong. We're playing for a lot of money. This is our livelihood. And, so at this point, we just need to change the ball, establish some eyewear, and let's go.
All right. Yeah. Well, finally, nearing the end of the year, actually, Apple just released its Apple Watch stats showing pickleball to be the most popular racket sport that it has by a pretty far away, which is really cool for us because we beat out tennis along with the other racket sports. What stands out to you about 2023?
I mean, just how crazy this has become. Like, this has just gone into another stratosphere. Next year is going to be looking so bigger and better. And, it's just crazy. This is like a unicorn. I really hope people are like documenting this. I hope there are cameras in all the war rooms, because this is a great, I'm going to look back on this when I'm 50 years old and just be like, what a time.
Absolutely. I second that. And we don't even realize it. It's cool that you realize that, because so many of us are sitting in this and you're so micro viewed on it. You can't take that macro view and go, it is crazy what is happening in the pickleball world.
Do you have any predictions of what we're going to talk about at the end of 2024? Because my mind has just been blown this year. I was thinking of the PTA Masters to now. I'm like, it's crazy when you look at the difference between everybody.
Absolutely. I mean, are we going to be talking Olympics? Are we going to be talking college sports? Are we going to be talking how the club side of things has absolutely exploded? Because once money flows to the college side of things, then the parents are trying to train their kids up to get scholarships. And then, we've got all these little kids running around like mini Roger Federers, but pickleball style. And it's just, you just don't even know how that's going to make the sport evolve. It's so cool.
Well, it's also just funny now. I was telling somebody, Anna Bright is now a veteran. 2022 was the year of Anna Bright and Sarah Fogg. 2023 is the year of Hurricane Kyra and Rachel Rohrenbacher coming in, and all these great singles guys, Christian Alshon. And then what players are 2024 going to bring in? With the money now is going to be maybe 10 to 12 more girls. So it's just really exciting.
Absolutely. All right. One last question. Since you brought it up, we've obviously signed a lot of players. I think there's close to 150 certified signed players on the roster on the pro side. Who's going to be the breakthrough next year?
So I just want to say, I called one of the breakthroughs on the Yola site. I called Connor Garnett at PTA MLP. So I think a big breakthrough. I mean, this is going to be repetitive, but I think it's going to be Hayden Patrick-Lynn. I think by the end of the year, he's going to be a top 3 player. And I think in men's and mixed, I don't know about singles. I don't know if he cares that much about it. So I think it's going to be an astronomical leap for Hayden Patrick-Lynn.
Awesome. All right. Well, we'll see how next year plays out. That is, I think, is
no pressure. I don't want to put any pressure on the kids. I don't feel like pressure.
We're going to clip this and we're going to send it to Hayden so he knows what's expected this year, next year. I love it. Well, thanks as always, Lea. You're always a delight to interview.
Thanks, Hannah. I will see you soon then.
Yes, you will. All right.